Use it or lose it to supersize you. This is our annual challenge, day 75, Supersize You Annual Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we are talking about things that we don't use, we lose. If we don't exercise, if we don't walk, we lose mobility. We lose functionality of our bodies sometimes. If we don't eat right or take care of ourselves, we can have health challenges. If we do things that are irreparable to our body, we can live a shorter life. Who wants any of that? None of us. So how do we supersize and become a best possible version of ourselves with respect to our finances? One thing I challenge you to do today is look at your subscriptions and recurring expenses. I do that on a pretty regular basis now because I had the discovery quite a while ago now. I was in the real estate industry and I had signed up for a trial of a subscription that people had recommended to me. And I checked it out and I was like, nah, this isn't for us. This isn't exactly what we need. So I canceled it online. Lo and behold, a year and a half later, I was reviewing my credit card statement and realized that I was being charged $150 a month for this real estate program that I had canceled. So I contacted them. I went back through my bank statements and realized I'd been paying for it for 18 months now. And maybe it doesn't sound like a lot of money to you, but at the time I was like, well, that's profit that we've lost off of our next real estate deal because we had to pay it out as an expense without even realizing it. Big, huge lesson learned. Contacted the company. Of course, they would not give us a refund because we had not notified them that there was an error and they were continuing to charge us in 30 days. Now, I call that fraud and a racket, but it's a story for another day. It makes a good story, and it reminds me to periodically review, at least annually I review. And usually I have my accountant or somebody for my businesses review every month what's coming in, what's going out, what we're not using. And if we're not using it, guess what? If we don't use it for 30 days, we cancel it. I do the same thing. I should have canceled my Netflix and my streaming TV already, but the family uses it. So I guess it's still being used. Because on the school platform and on the school community, since I've joined that platform 6 months ago, I I don't think I've watched 3 television shows because it's just not a priority for me anymore. So today we are going to look at, I challenge you to think about this. Are there things that you are paying for that you're not even aware of? The average person has 5 to 10 of those things that they've just signed up for, started. Think gym memberships. Have you ever signed up for a gym membership? Use it for a month or two, maybe the beginning of the year, and now you've already abandoned that gym membership. You found reasons and priorities have shifted and it's not a big priority for you anymore, so you don't bother to participate, yet you're still paying for it. I say go there, cancel it, or go online and cancel it and then verify that it's been canceled, because it doesn't always happen. uh, there's so many things like this that we spend our money on that it's one of the fastest, easiest ways to recoup and use that money and redirect that money into savings, into investments, into fun. I'm all about having fun. So why would we not save the money that we're not using on activities that we're not doing anymore and direct them into either savings, investments, fun, or paying down our credit card debt, whatever is required in your individual situation. So today, I challenge you to do a review of your bank statements, your credit card statements, and just look at and write down every single recurring automatic payment that you're making right now. Any subscription. How about magazine subscriptions? How many people still get magazines and never read them? I've got one, but it's not mine. Again, it's one of my children's. And so I actually do peruse it once in a while too, but it's just fine. It's part of a gym membership, which definitely uses. So I'm okay with that. So analyze that, look at that, and see if there aren't some subscriptions or recurring things that you aren't using anymore. And I contend that if you haven't used it in the last 30 days, it's probably time to go ahead and let it go and cancel it, right? It's pretty easy to cancel these things. Again, I will say cancel and verify that it's been canceled and you're not going to be charged all the time. I think there are companies that have business model that is to just keep charging you for life. And then you have to jump through the hoops to make sure that that gets canceled. I had to jump through the hoops to make sure that that $150 real estate one got canceled because they were going to just keep charging me, which is, I think, criminal. But you know, who's gonna, like I said, who's gonna take the time and energy to go after that? And they know that, businesses know that, you know, big giant businesses like Netflix and streaming and Amazon Prime. I think 3 of us in the household have Amazon Prime accounts. Really, that's a lot redundant. That's a lot of redundancy there, and probably unnecessary. We could just all have one person in the household order via their Amazon Prime, and we wouldn't need to have them all. You know, Amazon doesn't need to know everything about us, does it? Does it really? As individuals, no. But that is again a topic for another day. So today, share in the comments below that you've done this review of your, at least your bank statements and your credit card statements, because that's the fastest, easiest way to see what you're paying out for automatic payments. You know, things like electricity and the trash removal, we're not gonna do anything about those. We're gonna keep paying them. But other things, yeah, no, I don't use I do use electricity every day. I don't use Netflix at all anymore. But I've had it for so long for the family. I've had it since it began. I just keep paying for it, right? And they just keep raising the prices. That's a great business model, by the way. All right. Do you want some reflective questions? Probably don't need them. I think we've covered it. What are you paying for that you actually forgot about? I'm going to go do this again today because I'm sure there are things that are automatically coming out of my account that I've actually forgotten about. Even though I do this periodically and have somebody do it for my businesses, I need to remember to do it for myself as well. You know, it's one of those things, maybe you do it every 6 months or every quarter, and you just automatically take 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and look at your financial situation, look at what's going out, you know, and then ask yourself, well, geez, what could I do with that extra $150 a month? I could do a lot. I could advertise, could have done some promotions. I could have done some paid referral fees for people. There's so many things you can do with money that we so often are just flushing down the toilet. So use it or lose it. If you're not using it, I say cancel it. That's not losing it. That is gaining access to resources for yourself. Any questions about this? Hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.